they have to check for this stuff. I'm a fan sitting at home, and I totally understand Pete Alonso maybe having a different approach. I'm not the one standing in the batter's box, and I'm also not a teammate. As much as I love you guys, nobody here on the Rich Eisen Show, either in front of the camera or behind the camera, has had their face broken by a baseball recently, right? That was thrown errantly?
Not recently, no.
So Kevin Pillar, his teammate of the Mets, as you know, had his face broken by a baseball. So inform yourself maybe with that a little bit before we listen to Pete Alonso saying, hey, he has no problem if the pitchers put crap on a baseball if it gives him a better grip.
I don't care what they use. I mean, for me, I use pine tar when I go to hit. I have a lizard skin. I have batting gloves. Like, I have the most advantage when it comes to holding on my bat. So I wouldn't care, because on our on deck bag we have pine tar rag, a pine tar stick, like a special sticky spray, rosin. I mean, you name it, we have it. I mean, I wouldn't care if they had that behind the mound to help hold on to the ball, because when we start getting into these hotter months, guys start to sweat, and let's say if they lose a fastball arm side, I mean, we all saw what happened to Kevin Pillar, and that's scary. And we're lucky that he only had a broken nose, and I mean, it could be a lot worse depending on where it hits a guy.
So is he saying basically guys are throwing faster now, and we need that sort of stuff to have them have better control of it because they throw faster?
That's kind of how I heard that, yeah.
You can play the other soundbite if you don't mind, Mike Hoskins. There's a second soundbite where Alonso goes deeper.
Let him use it, because for me, it's I go in the box every single day, and I see guys throwing harder and harder every day, and I don't want 99 slipping out of someone's hand because they didn't have enough feel for it. I think that the biggest concern is that Major League Baseball manipulates the baseballs year in and year out, depending on the free agency class, or guys being in an advanced part of their arbitration. So I do think that's a big issue. The ball being different every single year. With other sports, the ball's the same, like basketball, football, tennis, golf, like ball's the same. So I think that's the real issue with the changing of the baseballs. And maybe if the league didn't change the baseball, pitchers wouldn't need to use as much sticky stuff.
You know what? Alonso makes sense there, man, because I remember seeing the article yesterday. I'm like, do you really want pitchers to cheat? Because as a fan, I sure don't.
No.
But he's got a point there.
He does, yeah.
Where it's just like, could you imagine if the NFL changed footballs every single year? The makeup of it, the feel of it. Maybe, do they? I would find that hard to believe. Basketballs, do they change the basketballs? Sometimes I think I do. I read that they have a different
There was one
feel.
year where they went to a different ball, and the players
Pierce
hated
it. Right?
It didn't even last a year.
And they immediately switched back to the old ball.
Can you imagine if the puck was livelier in hockey?
Well, it glowed one year.
Why do they? Because the baseballs are made in a certain way that there's no way to be uniform with it year to year?
And
did he just basically say that baseball, there's somebody in a room who probably looks and sounds like the guy who told Roy Hobbs to take the money in The Natural, right? Mr. Comiskey, back in the day, or whoever, right? And that they say, okay, we look at the ledger, and a lot of pitchers are coming up for arbitration, more than hitters, so let's juice the baseball. So the numbers of pitching, we don't have to pay them. A lot of hitters are coming up this year, more than pitchers in arbitration, so let's deaden the baseball.
That is some tinfoil hat stuff right there.
Yeah.
Boy, they're never going to get a collective bargaining agreement done if this is the way that they're coming. That some people are coming to the table.
Jeez.
Also, I think Pete Alonso was saying spider tack, Spider-Man, Spiderweb, it don't matter. The polar bear is going to hit it out the park, regardless of what you put on the ball.
Well, not everybody can, and that's the problem, because not everyone's the polar bear, and I'm sitting at home, and I want more polar bears, and instead I'm getting iced out with 1-0 games and innings where nobody puts the ball in play, and it stinks on ice.
I'm applying for the STA, Spider Tack Administration.
Very good, Mike.
Yeah, that's the group of guys that check.
Now, maybe, is that what you do when you're not here? Because we don't know what you do when you're not here.
That's what I'm gonna work the screening room.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know. There's got to be a happy medium here.
The STA. Yeah. Spider Tack.
Man, maybe don't just change the baseballs. Be uniform. Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.